Now, Sports Director Doug Mouton looked into the inner workings of placing those first bets and joins us now with the full rundown.
Yeah, the timetable is still fuzzy, it's legally complicated, and all the rules are not set yet. But there's a really good chance that at some point during the upcoming football season, you'll be able to legally cast a sports bet in the state of Louisiana.
Kick is up, and it is through the uprights, and the New Orleans Saints are going to
The opportunity to bet on a Saints game.
Number 11 of the defense.
Or an LSU game.
Throwing the LSU player's shoe.
Or really any big-time college football or NFL game is something people across Louisiana wanted in a big way. Last November, all 64 Louisiana parishes voted on whether or not they wanted sports wagering in their parish. 55 of the 64 voted yes. All 12 parishes in the Channel 4 viewing area voted yes, and by overwhelming numbers. In Orleans Parish, it was 75% yes. In Jefferson, 76% yes.
I think if you look at the results of last November's election and you look at kind of the momentum that these bills had this summer, there's a lot of excitement and there's a lot of interest in getting sports betting off the ground in this state.
Fritz Metzinger is an attorney specializing in sports law, and the bills he's talking about are two bills signed into law last month by Governor John Bel Edwards. Those bills set up the regulatory and tax framework to get sports betting going.
2, 1, place your bet.
Mississippi has allowed sports betting for almost 3 years now, but there's one big difference between how Mississippi runs it and how Louisiana will. In Mississippi, you must actually be in a casino to place a sports bet. In Louisiana, you'll be able to do it online, on your phone, and in a lot more locations. It starts with the state's 20 current gambling locations. That's the 15 riverboat casinos, the 4 racetracks, and the 1 land-based casinos, Harrah's. They'll all have the right to apply for a license to operate a sports book, and that's in person and online. And in fact, each of those 20 would have the right to run 2 online or mobile sports books.
Choose your contest and you're ready to draft.
Plus, the Louisiana Lottery is allowed to run an online sports book.
You know, what the data shows is that the real revenue driver for states is the revenue from online and mobile wagering.
And that makes sense. It is easier to make a bet from home. So that's a potential of 20 places in person you could place a bet, and up to 41 online sites or mobile apps, and that's just the start. The Louisiana Lottery also has the right to allow sports wagering kiosks in bars and restaurants that have liquor licenses. So in theory, any place that has video poker now could soon have sports wagering machines.
Certainly, I think these two laws together, they certainly allow for the possibility of a vast expansion of this new form of wagering in the state.
Vast expansion. The real question now is when. The head of the Gaming Control Board just resigned, and that could stall the process a little. But the board has emergency rulemaking power, so that process could go very quickly.
Because of the way these laws were passed, it makes football season a possibility where it otherwise would not be. But it does not make football season a guarantee, because unfortunately these laws are complicated.
Among the complications, online providers will have to have age verification technology, so minors can't bet on their phones. And they'll have to have geofencing technology, so you'll only be allowed to bet online if you're actually in a parish that voted yes at the time you place your bet. So if you're on vacation out of state, you won't be able to place a bet. But there's no motivation to delay the process. No one benefits from a delay. Voters wanted it, and providers and the state of Louisiana figure to make a lot of money.
And a big portion of the money coming in from sports betting is going to go to early childhood education initiatives, which we have been pushing for so long in the state of Louisiana, and they're greatly needed across the state and here in New Orleans. So, yes, I'm very supportive, and I think that this is a good measure, and I'm happy that it's finally gone through.
We don't know exactly when it's starting. We don't know how many sports books there actually will be. There could be a lot of options, and there could be a lot of sports betting happening soon in the state.
Yeah, and the taxes involved are not charged to the bettor, but to the providers, and they'll pay based on their profits. So providers will pay 10% on the profits of bets cast in person, 15% on profits of online or mobile bets. Charisse?
All right, Doug, thanks so much.